folks. Welcome back, everybody. So I'm still in Baltimore. It's Tuesday the 2nd. I fly out tomorrow. I wanted to talk about the Dusk Till Dawn announcement and I guess the disappointing part of the announcement. So this is set 10, supplementary set. It's back to light and shadow, it seems. A big focus on Prism right now, but I believe we're going to see a lot of very cool things in this set. The coolest thing is the introduction of serialized cards. They are hand-sketched. I believe it's also differing art. So 10 different sketches of Chain, 10 different sketches of Prism, serialized, signed by the artist. I want to preface this by saying I don't think... So there's 10 of each in the whole world. I don't think it's worth planning or complaining about too much. The fact that you may not see this card, because the chance of anyone hitting it, it's very much a lottery thing. So first of all, I don't believe I'll ever hit one. I want to make that clear. Even though I do open a significant amount of product, the chances are 20 random people are going to open it and it'll be cool. And I'm sure some whale somewhere is going to try and collect all 10 or all 20, and I predict the pricing will be quite high. The issue or the disappointment I have stems from what we've already seen in Outsiders and now seems to be trickling to Dusk Till Dawn. And I was hoping that Outsiders was an anomaly or some logistical issue that we were only going to see once. Is that the higher density flesh and blood population for players are going to be getting Belgian print. This hasn't been confirmed, by the way. It's just I'm reading into the announcement. So it seems like these serialized cards are in Belgian print, and that's only going to be available in Europe, North America, and Brazil, or South America, if you wish. And the rest of the world, if we're splitting it into regions, so basically Asia Pacific, will be receiving Japanese print and won't be receiving the chance to hit serialized cards. I was, again, already disappointed with Outsiders for multiple reasons. One was lack of paper packs, which is a huge, it's an innovation that LSS have pushed, and at a cost to them, I believe. That's been confirmed publicly a couple of times, that the boosters cost significantly more to print when they're in paper boosters. And I was disappointed because the quality of the Japanese cutting or the edges is quite low. As a collector, I don't like the Japanese cards. I prefer Belgian print. But also there's the competitive problem with, and again, not relevant for Dusk Till Dawn, but I'm explaining why I was disappointed for Outsiders. Hayden Dale said this much better than I can, but the allocation, the pack distribution for Outsiders is actually different between Belgium and Japanese print, so it caused some issue for competitive players. I don't think that issue was resolved very well from the looks of it at Pro Tour Baltimore. The packs were weird. Some people had way more power cards than you would expect them to have in a regular booster draft. Look, moving on to Dusk Till Dawn, it seems like it's the same. Seems like we're getting a split print run, different regions seeing different product. It's disappointing for more than one reason. The obvious one is not being able to open these serialized cards is going to suck. Yes, people in this region could easily get Belgian print, buy it from American distributors, buy it from Japanese distributors or stores, friends, marketplace, etc. It happened with the foreign black border. We got it all over the world. My counter argument for that is it would stop a lot of people supporting their local stores. So if you got a whole bunch of people buying or importing the product instead of buying locally, that in and of itself is probably not ideal. Second, it comes at a cost. Like it makes it less accessible. Not everyone can afford to just spend extra money to maybe you know, or to get a chance to hit the serialized cards. I also don't like that there's two different print runs. There's a difference in the cards. The card backs have a different color. There's a difference in pack distribution, which we saw, which could lead to different rarities in different regions. As a single store, that sucks. It's hard to price goods when you're not sure if your print run is different to another region. There's also the obvious problem where it feels like the region's being neglected or forgotten. Now, I can't imagine LSS don't already know this. I haven't had any direct communication with them. I'm sure James and I will speak. I'm sure I might speak to Chris, Pierce, or Gearing. I feel like I just want to vent my thoughts publicly because everyone's talking about it. I want people to understand that this is something that we were all thinking about. Maybe all of us are disappointed, especially if we're based in these regions. I think if you're just a player, it doesn't matter too much. You're probably going to buy the singles you want to play with. If you don't open boxes, this probably doesn't matter at all to you. I would also counter that by saying, since paper packs are known to cost more, even a small price reduction in the MSRP in the regions that are getting Japanese print should be forwarded on. It wouldn't have to be significant, but at least it would be something that the players are getting in these regions if we're getting the lower cost print run. And again, I'm talking about LSS have publicly stated that paper packs cost more to produce. So I imagine Japanese print is a cheaper product to print and to distribute. Hence, it would be great if we saw so LSS actually set the retail price. Not everyone follows it, but they do set one. It would be great to see a lower cost for the product. I'm not really making this video to call for a solution because I don't have one. The obvious is obvious. They should have put the serialized cards in. So they should put half in the Japanese print run or 30% of them or whatever the split is in the size. But it seems dumb to say that because I'm sure if they could have done that, that would already be the case, and they just wouldn't have had to say that there's no serialized cards in the other in non-Belgian print or outside of those regions. So it's clearly not possible. Otherwise, they would have done it and avoided any sort of backlash or disappointment. But it is disappointing. It's a move. I hope they're aware. I'm sure they're aware, but I hope that they are actively trying to do something about it. And all the things going through my mind is, obviously, why not just print it all in Belgium? Clearly, that's not an option. Otherwise, they probably would be. Japanese printing traditionally has been unlimited only. Now it's spread into the main set because we don't have first ed and unlimited. I really like the Japanese print cold foils. Again, the edges are terrible, but everything else about the cards is objectively better than Belgian print, in my opinion. I don't know what the fix is. I just don't like it. I don't like that there's two different products. If it's the only way to get the product, that's fine. But I feel like splitting up a player base or a collector base or a box opening base, however you want to look at it, is probably not the right way to move for the company. From an inclusion perspective, making us feel like a global community. Like we're all here, a whole bunch of people in Baltimore. It's very international. The community is very international, but it's very small. And I don't like this one bit. Again, I don't have a solution, but I hope it's not the permanent future. I hope that it's something that's temporary while other things are being worked on. I've heard James mention that paper packs, they're trying to get them into Japan. Again, let's say that happened. Let's say we did get paper packs from Japan. That'd be a great plus. But then if there's different collectibles in each... I don't like that there's different collectibles or collectibles that are just... Like they could have put chain in the Japanese print and prism in the Belgian print to even it out. People said that we get region exclusive promos. We're not talking about promos, we're talking about stuff you can open, the whole gambling thing, the whole chase card, lottery card thing. I think is very important. Especially, it's important to hype the set. It's important to sell boxes and cases and box bricks. It helps that ecosystem because people are hoping that they'll hit something like a Marvel Emperor or a Marvel Codex. If you remove the chase card in the set from one region, I don't like what that does. But I have no idea what it does, actually. I'm just personally disappointed. We'll see what the set looks like. The biggest disappointment is that this is probably going to be the biggest set for Flesh and Blood from a collector's perspective. They're hyping it as that. It looks like that. The art looks phenomenal. The serialized cards are new and seem phenomenal. There's 10 Marvels in the set. I just hope this isn't the permanent thing moving forward. But again, comment below what you think. Am I just feeling entitled? I'm aware that this can sound entitled because we're still getting the set. We're still getting all the cold foils. But again, in summary, I don't like the way the packs are when they're plastic Japanese print. They're terrible to open and not great for the environment. And I don't like that the player base or the collector base or whatever is split, and that they didn't put a solution into it. They didn't do it in Outsiders, and they haven't done it for this, and I hope it's not the new norm. But yeah, let me know what you think, and please subscribe. Talk soon.